Alright, let's talk about the last two entries that we have in here. Now, discussion boards are actually one of the most popular used tools within Blackboard. What a discussion board does, it allows you to create a forum where students then can post threads and reply to each other's threads and have really dynamic conversation. Now, what's different between a discussion board and a blog is a blog is really individualized. You have comments and information that you're posting about one topic yourself or something within that area. Whereas a discussion board, it'll present a more broad topic, and then you'll have individual threads that talk about granular information about that topic or answering particular questions, and it's easily seen by everyone. So clicking on discussion board, I'm going to go ahead and make a link to the discussion board area at this point. So I'll hit next, and here we go. We got our link set up, and I will hit submit. Okay, so I can click over into my discussion board now. I am in my discussion board area. Now by clicking create forum, I can start creating my forum. Now by default, students cannot create the forums. We've talked about that kind of with blogs and journals. So you'd have to give them some sort of topic to talk about. And then as you go down, be very descriptive as to what you want them to do within this forum. Now there are a lot of different settings within the discussion board. So the very first one that really starts being different is in category 3 here, forum settings, and you can look at the standard view. Participants must create a thread and be able to see the other threads in the forum. So these are some decisions that you can make as the instructor as to what you want them to do. Typically, I just jump in with the defaults and I make sure there's no anonymous posts on my blogs. I typically don't like to do that, but again, go through these settings once or twice to ensure that that's what you like to do. So as you look through this, you have a lot of different options in here. One option that I really do enjoy is the ability for members to rate posts. You can have a 5-star rating system, so that can be an option you turn on. A lot of these things are going to come down to what you want your users to do. Alright, so I have a forum set up, and I will hit submit. Now, how do you use the discussion board is the question. It's a little bit different than those other ones. The blogs and journals, you're easily able to get in there, and then you just hit create entry, and you're creating your entry. Now, with the discussion board, it's a little different. So I'm going to jump into my topic, and you're going to notice now that every student would actually have this screen. They would be able to hit create thread. Once they create a thread, they can put up in their subtopic or whatever their granular information might be, and then they're going to put in their message. So that would be whatever they want. They can also post in a file onto that message, and now hit submit. So as you can see, I can see that this was posted at this time, this is the name of the thread, and this is who authored that thread. So as other people add to this thread, they put information in here, and that particular thread is going to start stacking. So jumping into a forum, it's easy to look through all the threads and who published in that particular thread, and then by going to the thread name and clicking on it, you'll be able to go into the particular thread. And as you're in the thread, you can reply to the various things that you see here. So hello, great post, huh? Fantastic. So once you hit submit, you can kind of see how this starts to really work out here. So you have your main post, and then you'll be able to see the replies underneath, and you see these discussions really happening. Now you can also do the ratings on these different posts by clicking the stars. I can't rate my own in this particular instance, but I can rate other people. So that is going to cover what you can do within the discussion board. Now the final area that I do want to talk about within the communication tools is wikis. And I know I'm getting a little long-winded here, but I want to wrap this up pretty quick. So what wikis are ability to create an area that everyone can go and access and start manipulating the information in that area. If you're familiar with sites like Wikipedia, it's a crowdsourced encyclopedia, and essentially people will put topics, and then other people will go and edit those topics to make it more accurate, to show the information that is actually true in that wiki. So you can do the same things with wikis within a course. You can create a topic and have everyone contribute to that topic. Now there is versioning, and there is control over who is actually editing in these wikis. Again, I'm going to create a link to the wikis page. And as we're creating this link to the Wikis page, I just wanted to reiterate that right now the reason that we did this in a content area is to illustrate that you can put links to these items within a content area. So I just called this content area Communication Tools. And you can look at our content area creation tutorial to look at how you might do that. But I did want to use this moment to point one thing out. If you go to this plus sign, you can do a tool link in this main navigation menu. So you'll see that you have all the tools available. So instead of maybe putting a blog in a content area, you could put a blog out on this main menu and make it available to users. And you can even call it something different. So you can call it Bloggy. Let's just be funny for today and hit Bloggy, and it's going to throw that right into your menu. So it'd be a little bit easier. You could even make a communication section in your navigation area, and when students would click on that particular link, it would take them right to the particular tool that you're looking at. I know I kind of sidebarred there, but that's okay. Let's jump back in. Let's finish our discussion on wikis. So as I jump into a wiki, I'm going to click on this guy right here, and we're going to go and create a wiki. So I actually have one set up. I'm going to just do a new one, create a wiki. Here we go, and I will call this Wiki 2 since I have another one in there. Wow, I cannot spell today. That's all good. Wiki 2. Put in your description, start your information as to the instructions that you do like in that area. Now you can turn a wiki participation on or off depending on the scenario you're in. So if you get a wiki to a point where you're ready to go and you don't want any more edits, you can come in here, turn it on close to editing. And you can also keep commenting on or turn it off as well. Again, you can grade your wikis. So once I hit submit, I will have a wiki in here, another one, Wiki 2. Jump into my wiki. And now I'm starting by creating the initial content page for this wiki. So typically at this point you're going to want to put some sort of topic, some sort of idea in there. So let's just say an idea for today, and then you start typing in your content. Okay, so once that information has been input in the wiki, you'll hit submit. Now anybody that goes to this wiki is going to see that same content, but everyone's going to have also the ability to edit that content. So for example, I come here and I say, well, this is my idea. Actually, that was someone else's idea. I can hit edit wiki content, and I can go in here, make some other changes. And submit the changes. So now I've edited a wiki, and you can start seeing that some modifications are happening at this stage. And also over here you can take a look at the history of your wiki. So now that I've made 2 edits on here, I can click on history, and once you jump into your history page, you're going to see the various versions that are being created. Now if you have a whole course that's converging on a wiki, this page is obviously going to be gargantuan. But then you can also compare versions by clicking on the various versions and then comparing them. And then by doing this, you can take a look at what has been changed in between each iteration. So these are things that you can definitely do within a wiki, within Blackboard. So I know that I've been talking a lot about the communication tools. This is really just an overview look at the main important tools that you can utilize. We will be releasing other tutorials that might get a little bit more granular on each of these areas. So thank you for watching, and you have a good day.